What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
Mr. James Hsu.
I'm back, baby boy.
You are back. Better than ever. And we are here.
Liam Neeson, Colin Farrell,
Viola Davis, Michelle Rodriguez,
the whole cast.
Danielle Kaluuya.
He's
I believe
I
that's how
like
you
him.
pronounce his
Yeah,
name.
Kaluuya.
In Steve
Widows.
McQueen's new film, Widows. Penned by Gillian Flynn.
Gone Girl.
The writer who
Which
brought us
I'm
Gone
a
Girl.
huge fan of.
And don't be confused, she did not write the book that this is based off of. That was another author.
Yeah.
She actually took that, and her and Steve McQueen penned the script for this movie. Yeah. And Steve McQueen most famously recently brought us 12 Years a Slave, a movie that obviously did incredibly well on a critic standpoint, and now we have Widows, a movie that I've been really looking forward to since seeing it kind of teased at CinemaCon. If anything, I'm a huge Viola Davis mark. I really enjoy her. I think she's one of the better actresses working today. Liam Neeson, for me, is kind of, I think he's very good. He has kind of found himself a place in Hollywood to continually make the same movie and do quite well. This one looks different. So we get this really intense heist thriller, and I want to know, walking out, what did you think?
I really liked it. It was a really solid film. Nice heist stuff type of elements, but it's not really a heist movie.
No, I would agree.
But it had those elements that I enjoyed, and I got a kick out of it. And I think just overall, I liked the movie. Maybe they could have shaved another like 15 minutes. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe they could have. I think some of the parts were a little long and not needed. Maybe. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. Viola Davis did great, as she always does. And Danielle Kaluuya, he played a hardcore gangster in this film, and he definitely was There's one part where, I don't think it's a spoiler, but some persons are getting beat up, and he just turns on the TV and watches them like, dang, bro. And there's another part where he just like straight, it's like, he's hardcore. And all the girls were cool. Michelle Rodriguez is fine. Who's the blonde lady's name? I'm not familiar with her.
She has a hard to pronounce last name. I'm trying it's like Debicki or something along those lines.
She was fine too, Yeah. They had a couple twists, but I think the main star of the movie that I don't think anyone's gonna forget or ever, I think everyone's gonna, if that sees the movie, is gonna have to agree with me, is this white dog.
We all know you love your dog movie.
But he was cute.
He was very cute.
This dog, bro.
Actually, I think it was a girl, right? Olivia? Or was it Oliver?
Yeah.
Olivia, yeah.
No, it wasn't Olivia, but that doesn't mean in real life it was for some reason.
It wasn't a boy.
Yeah. But anyway, regardless, this dog is like one of the cutest. I can't remember the last time I felt this way about a dog in a movie.
Actually gets a decent amount of screen time, too.
Oh my god, just as much as Viola Davis.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting.
Steve McQueen knew it was like,
that is like definitely an aspect of the movie, yeah.
And that's not an accident.
I wonder whose that is. Like, I wonder if it's actually someone's dog.
I think it is.
Yeah.
It's probably Viola Davis. She's like, look, I'll do this movie.
My dog
you can even pay me $1 million less, but you're having my dog in this movie.
You can pay me $1 million less, but his going rate is 2.
It just went up? Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's so cute. Or she's so cute. The dog is so cute. Overall, though, honestly, it was a nice movie. I enjoyed it. And I needed this. I needed like a good movie that I enjoyed.
Yeah, it's definitely a movie that kind of makes you work for it. I think it's a movie that does ask for your patience, and I think that's kind of true in the sense that it's not really a heist movie in the sense that we only really get the full heist aspect kind of towards the end of the second act is when we start kind of really gaining elements towards it. Twist. And then not until like the very final, maybe 50 minutes, and get the full like heist action. And with that too, it's not like a movie where we're constantly going through the heist. The heist is actually pretty quick, and we're going through it. This whole movie really, I mean, you don't really think about it going in. You maybe think like we're just going for a catchy title. Yeah. But the title Widows really describes this movie because this is really about Viola Davis kind of dealing with grief and dealing with loss. And not so much like just the sense of like a wife losing a husband, but more so, the loss of someone that you depend on and like having to kind of go on without that person's guidance and help. And obviously in this movie it's a way more kind of twisted idea. But I mean, it is equivalent to someone who loses somebody and doesn't know how to handle the bills, who can't take care of their business, who don't know how to survive without their spouse. And that's a really interesting aspect, and that's what's really kind of the driving point of this movie is Viola Davis going through and understanding this loss. Well, that's also sort of true for the other characters. Most of them are just kind of broader characters who, you know, this one has children has to worry about, this one is dealing with these issues. Viola Davis is really a full-rounded character that you could really get into, and even in her moments of looking in the mirror or random outbursts, I mean, she is one of the best criers, you know, ever on screen. I think I had a lot of favorite parts early on in the movie. I think one of my favorite parts is she's just getting ready, and all of a sudden she releases this really, like, horrifying scream, and then we just kind of watch her quickly recuperate, and I think it really tells you a lot about her character in those 30 seconds. Daniel Kaluuya, I think, also was like right there behind her out of performances out of this movie.
I thought he was great.
He is such, I mean,
gangster, dude.
It's so cool because, you know, some people can't bridge that gap from being the good guy to the bad guy, and seeing how kind of in trouble, in danger that he is in Get Out, and then seeing him where he is the catalyst of danger in this movie is such a cool contrast. But not even thinking about Get Out,
Black Panther.
he is, yeah, and he is just, well, in Black Panther he's kind of neutral because he's on both sides, which is even, you know, further kind of, you know, talks about that. But I mean, he is vicious in this movie.
Yeah,
I think one of my favorite parts, and kind of like you alluded to, it's not really a spoiler. He's confronting two guys, and he's having them rap, and he's just in their face kind of watching him as he raps, and almost like a snake getting ready to attack its prey, there's like this really scary element to him where he's not like the creepy old guy in the back who comes out and does this. He's constantly in these people's faces. There's another scene later in the movie where he's beating someone up, and he does the same thing. He's in that guy's face. He gets down to the floor and looks. There's this really overconfident, wants you to know who did this to you aspect to his character that I found very, very creepy.
Yeah, he's not a gangster that's like saying,
like, he doesn't have his guys do it.
No, he's like, I'm right here.
And not only that, like, he wants you to know it. He wants you to look in his eyes while you are suffering. And I think they make him a great villain, even though he's not like the only.
And that part where he's going after the wheelchair guy and stabbing him in his
and that's
leg?
what I'm saying. And then he gets down on his level and looks at him right in the eyes.
Yeah, he's like right on the bowling alley.
I mean, like, it's like he gets so much enjoyment out of it. I mean, such a
you
great
know why
character.
I'm an idiot on that part? You know what I was thinking, honestly?
What?
Man, bro, you're getting your clothes dirty because all the oil from the bowling lane. That's what I was thinking. I was like, damn, bro, you have nice clothes on it. You're like getting all oily. Anyway.
You don't care, man. He's getting ready to buy some new one. I mean, I think overall the movie, like I said, asks a lot of patience. I think that the problem might be from people is that they're going in expecting this really kind of intense, constant, like, heist movie.
Not that.
And it's not really that. It really is kind of exploring this idea of grief. I mean, it does explore heist, but there's so much more. It's really all about how these characters are kind of intertwined. There's this fairly interesting subplot between Colin Farrell and Robert Duvall, who plays his father in this movie, and they're kind of constant bickering. And there are all these other layers. There's obviously a very big social commentary in the movie. It takes place in Chicago. Very early on, we hear the I believe
in the year 2008.
We see a lot of the Obama change posters around, and then we do hear that kind of we hear this. Chicago seems to always kind of be the example when people are talking about black on black crime, and you know, that's obviously an element that's there, that's like said very early on in the movie, that Chicago is this specific place, and it's obviously set here for a reason. There's a lot of political political commentary, social commentary. There is a lot to bite off here, and while I think it is a great thriller and enticing, I think it also works as this kind of very intellectual yet artsy film. And I think it's really cool for Steve McQueen to blend the two. It's not just the action pack and the guns. It's not just a movie with the brain or trying to be artsy. It's a mixture of both. And I think Steve McQueen did a really good job balancing all that.
I'm thinking you're going to give it a 3 out of 4.
Yeah, that's kind of dead on.
Can we do some spoilers?
Yeah, we're going to do spoilers right now. We're going to spoil some stuff. So if you have not seen this movie, turn this off and come back and watch it. Or if you don't care, I guess you can.
I have questions for you.
Yes. Spoiler alert now.
Do you think Colin Farrell is a bad guy?
What do you mean? Well, I think from what I understood of it was that everyone was kind of bad in their own way. You know, I mean, everyone's dirty, everyone's got their hands in pockets and things like that. And
Question 2. Why does Liam Neeson not pay the $1 million to Colin Farrell? Is it just because he's literally the greediest person in the world and he just needs to keep all the money because he did steal money?
Yeah.
So why didn't he just pay that?
He stole the money. Well, no. So my understanding was that this was an arrangement to take down this guy.
The
Colin
new mayor.
Farrell, yes.
Yeah.
Well, the guy who was eventually the one who was going to go for the district. Colin Farrell had brought him on. Well, they do say eventually. They do say eventually you want to be the mayor of this town. You need to shut up. I think their arrangement is to steal their money, to fake it that he got blown up. And then he's going to take half the money, and he's going to take half the money. Liam Neeson and Colin Farrell. They're going to make it look like an accident. They're going to no one's going to be able to worry about it. They're all going to deal with the widows or whatever it may be. She's going to have to sell everything, whatever the consequences may be, and they go away scot-free, and they both do their things. But obviously, Liam Neeson's a bit greedy. But it doesn't seem like they ever really kind of follow up on what happens with that. But I think, obviously, it is trying to be greedy, or the heist guy's always trying to think 2 steps ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I was confused, because I'm thinking in my head at the time, I'm just like, I don't get it. Why you had the money? Why don't you?
Or he paid him and then he planned on robbing it back.
Okay.
Because the whole thing is that we're trying to figure out where we are going to rob, and the whole thing is
was Liam Neeson always supposed to rob, even after he's dead? Was always to rob Colin Farrell?
Well, I think the original idea was that she would sell Jamal the journal, and then in that he would rob and get his money back from Colin Farrell.
Got it.
Yeah, but he would be out with his
because he didn't think Viola Davis would go nuts.
Yeah, and she does, and I think that kind of transformation is really good. While there are some hazy moments, I guess, between our conversation, the idea that Liam Neeson...
and he doesn't die.
Yeah, he doesn't die. And at least at that point in the movie.
Correct. He dies.
Yeah. I think one of the coolest things of this movie is this constant back and forth that she has.
We got the best lighting ever,
nice.
dude.
The constant back and forth that she has, and that moment she kills him and is confident and knows what's going to happen next, right? It's not like I'm going to shoot you in self-defense. It's I know this man. He was my husband. He's going to try to kill me, and let me have the gun out and ready. Shoots him. That confidence in knowing what kind of a person he is, and then to immediately grieve over his body again, I think is super, super deep in just thought of how much emotion and how many thoughts are running through that character's head. Again,
she's I love him.
To say this man that I love, I know is going to try to shoot me right now, so I need to be prepared to have a gun out. And then to actually pull the trigger and again grieve over someone that you just imagine that someone that you love dying and then coming back. And then you having to be the one that ends it again. I mean, all of those emotions is just so complicated. Plus the idea that he's been having an affair. Plus the idea that he has a child with someone else.
Probably irrelevant. So let's just say he would have killed Viola Davis. Can't you win? Went off. Oh, nice. Sorry. So let's just go off the date. Let's just say that he killed Viola Davis.
Okay.
And got the money. So do you think he would even gave any to Colin Farrell, or he would have just?
No, I think at that point he's out. And the girl out.
Him and the baby.
Yeah.
Out.
Well, because if he did kill Viola Davis, I'm sure he would have made it look like it was her. Mm-hmm. And then. So
he was just a bastard leader, killing everybody.
Yeah, he sold everyone out. Well, and I guess in his mind, opposed to actually getting the help in order to get himself out scot-free. Yeah, he had to let his team die. Yeah,
cold-blooded, dog.
Even though the movie, that's the thing too. Is they do try to paint those characters. I would have liked to have spent more time or had more flashbacks with them, because we really don't know much about them except one is a deadbeat gambler, the other one beats his girl.
So they weren't good guys.
They weren't. No.
They were all bad guys.
They were all bad guys, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what's really cool about Widows too. In reality, Viola Davis doesn't come off like a great person either. All these people don't come off as good people. But some of them are trying to buy for the right thing.
The Polish girl. She actually didn't do anything wrong, but then she's the one that killed Robert Duvall.
Yeah, exactly. So she actually is the one that has physical blood on her hand.
Yeah.
So it all gets pretty intense. And Michelle Rodriguez and everyone is trying to do the right thing, and it's pretty interesting to see where they're willing to go to get there. I think it's a really great movie, and it's a great think piece.
Did Viola Davis give $2 million to the new mayor?
No. Oh, I don't think so.
No.
But I think at that point he has no, his boy's dead.
Does he know that the Viola Davis is the one that killed the brother?
The brother.
The mayor. The mayor's brother, Black Panther.
No, I'm assuming that he would, but then when Liam Neeson comes back in the picture, I don't think they know Liam Neeson was alive, so they could blame him.
And they probably
like Liam
did.
Neeson was still alive.
Yeah.
Like was still alive, you know.
Okay.
I don't know. There are some unanswered questions, and maybe we just missed it. There was a couple distractions in the theater, but
Those people.
overall, I was really happy with it. I mean, that was kind of the thing too. Is like there's a lot that happens, but that's not as so much as important as it is with just like everything that Viola Davis
Everything
is
we're
going
saying
through.
isn't even important.
Yeah, I mean, there are the questions, and you kind of want those answers. But the movie definitely shows you Viola Davis's how her involvement is, and then obviously the whole thing is, I'm not friends with you. I don't like you. We will never talk after this. And at the end, you know, she has finally come to this place where she realizes she needs somebody, and she goes to her and like, you know, tries to talk to her. Where at first you don't think they'll ever interact again. And I think that's a really good moment and a great place to end the movie.
Love it.
Yeah, love it too.
Watch the movie.
Absolutely.
We also did a review for Fantastic Beasts: The
Crimes of Grindelwald. Yeah.
Johnny
I
Depp?
think it's German, so I
Yay or nay? We're gonna find out. Click on the
that
eye.
eye. And then things are going to be a little bit different. I don't know if you know this, but next Thursday is going to be
Turkey
Thanksgiving.
Day.
Yes, one of my favorite holidays.
I really do like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I
you
really
know,
do.
it gets a bad rap sometimes, but Thanksgiving is
Because
quite good.
the massacre of America,
No, that too, but
the massacre that we do on turkeys.
okay, yeah, like I don't want to get like
200
super.
million
Yeah,
turkeys.
the turkey thing is quite sad.
No, it is.
It is really sad.
When you hear the stats, it's insane.
Yes.
We're disgusting.
We are disgusting, and what's even more disgusting is that, hopefully not to upset any of our vegetarian or vegan viewers, you and I will still probably be eating turkey on Thursday. However, we will be here at AMC Town Square on Tuesday night, as we have two major motion pictures. Creed Drago 2. Guys, another Creed goes against another Drago.
My favorite
Rocky movie,
was
Rocky
Part
4.
Dude.
When now we get to see the sons go at it. And that's going to be a major picture. Michael B. Jordan, Sylvester Stallone.
You can't let the
Dolph
Russian win,
Lundgren.
right?
I don't know.
You can't, right?
That's a tough pull on a holiday movie when everyone's going and trying to enjoy their family and go to the movies for a good time. It's a pretty big downer for have to have.
Oh my god! I think that people can tear the chairs off the theater. Anyway.
But you never know. Like, there's a lot of ways it could go. Maybe
I knew a guy
maybe
in the
Michael B.
theater.
Jordan is so like zealous to get revenge that he's so inflicted on trying to kill him that they have to pull him off and he gets disqualified. He technically loses,
Oh, okay.
but maybe in respect wins.
I know a guy in the theater that used to get so mad would break the chairs with his
Really?
legs. Yes.
Oh wow. That's pretty wild. And then if fighting in Creed is not your thing, we have Ralph Breaks the Internet to
Which I'm
follow up
so
to Wreck-It
excited,
Ralph.
bro.
It's going to be hopefully a lot of fun, a great animated picture.
I don't doubt it.
Reuniting John C. Reilly and Sarah Silverman. Also bringing
All the princesses.
all of the Disney princesses to the world
pumped.
of,
The internet.
CGI animation.
Let's go.
So that'll be on Tuesday. If we don't see you on Tuesday, make sure to have a happy and safe Thanksgiving.
Why will we not see you on Tuesday?
But yeah, that's the real question. We
That
need to see
really
you
is
on
the real
Tuesday.
question.
Discounted tickets. Make sure to text this guy at 702
348-5618.
or comment below, and we will see you on Tuesday for those two movies.
ChasingCinema.com is known as
The Film Lovers website.